What is up, guys? Rising Random here. Welcome back to the video. Do not mind the fan in the background. That is my PS4. It's on life support. We're not finna talk about it, and I'm playing a game. To be honest, the reason why I haven't uploaded in a while, which is a while, has been 9 days to be exact, is I honestly ran ideas. Honestly, this since from it's Friday today, I was reading the God of High School. Yeah, that's what it's called. I know, I read the series, but I can never remember his name. But I was reading the God of High School, which is the one with Mori, the character in here. And honestly, the inspiration hit on what if Goku learned retry Kondo, or basically what you can also say is Mori-jin's martial art. Is the reason why this all came over because Mori-jin was based off of Goku. The creator say he was based off of Goku, but then the character started diving into the history of basically Sun Wukong, and it inspired him to make Mori-jin a whole separate character. You can still kind of see the Goku-ish roots with the hair, but I feel like we should get started on talking about this. So how this all happens is basically what I'm going to make is that the God of High School, or GOH, which is pretty much the God of High School is actually easier to say. So the God of High School universe is in Dragon Ball itself, but you can't travel to it because it's one of the destroyed universes. I think it was 12. I don't remember that. It's 18 through 21 or something like that. I think it's like that, but basically it's Universe 20, which if it comes out that the God of High School is actually inside of the Dragon Ball universe, I called it first here. But it's basically gonna say Universe 20, but Sun Wukong, or Mori-jin, however you want to call him, was the god of destruction inside of that universe. So when the decision finally got made, because he fought through all the ranks of the gods. He started off as a humble species of monkey, pretty much nearly a Saiyan, but one of those humble species, and he rose his way up to becoming the god of destruction. And he kind of everything that happens inside of the legend pretty much happens in slightly different ways. Basically Mori-jin did erase his name from the Book of Death, you can call it, but instead he just kind of appeased Zeno, and that's how he kind of erased his name, you can say. And he basically every legend that you think of that either it happened in the God of High School happens here, just in some different type of way. So basically what happens is once it's destroyed, Zeno favors Mori-jin so much that even though he technically had to destroy his universe, he's like, I'm going to grant you a deal. You cannot be in another universe in physical form, but if you can find somebody that's compatible with you, you could be in their spiritual form. And Mori-jin is like, okay, I'll take it as long as I don't die, because he still has he has an extreme fear of death, you can say. Has a very extreme fear of death, which is why he became the god of destruction, basically, because they live forever, borderline, as long as they're strong enough. So that's why he became a god of destruction. And here in his universe, he didn't care. He just didn't care. He just wanted to survive. That's his main reason for doing everything. So he survived. And we fast forward to millions and millions and millions of years ago, which I'd be okay if it was actually millions and millions of years ago that the other universes were destroyed. We're just gonna say it is. But millions and millions of years ago, fast forward millions of years, and basically, the same planet or the planet Vegeta, Goku is born, and Mori-jin has been pretty much floating around every single universe trying to look for somebody compatible with him, and he's found a few every now and then, but not quite just compatible enough. They can't learn his martial art that he perfected, or they can't handle his power, or it's always something that slightly makes him not want to actually possess them and become back alive in a sense. But eventually he goes to Universe 7. He's been there a couple times, he kind of knows the layout. He sees that is a pretty similar species to the one he came from, called the Saiyans. He kind of likes him. But none of that has been compatible with him so far. And he sees a new baby, and he's kind of compatible with him. It's just, they have the same heart and everything. They have the same heart with being selfish. He's like, but throughout the time, Mori kind of had a change of heart, so he's not really selfish no more. So he's not really compatible. But he says, I'm gonna follow this child for a little bit. If he grow up and he becomes different, he'll become my vessel. If he doesn't, I'll just keep on looking. That's how it's gonna go. So Morgan basically, you could call him a guardian angel of being around Goku when he got sent off the planet and all that. He goes to Earth, he bumps his head, he becomes a way different person, and he becomes kind. By the time Morgan's like, okay, he's very, very, very compatible with me, but I don't think I want to do anything just yet. I want to see how far he can go by himself. He goes to Kami house. He starts learning martial arts, and he becomes proficient in it pretty quickly. And Morgan's like, that's what I like to see, a quick learner. You know what? I'm going to give him just a little inspiration of my martial arts. And he does. He gives pretty much Goku a little piece of inspiration. It just pops in Goku's head on how to make basically a three, like I forget how you pronounce it. It's like Hochioke or something like that. But basically the three-way kick, you could call it. Is a kick from the two sides and the back. And Goku's like, okay, I'm gonna keep practicing this, and eventually he does get it down pat. And it's only been like 4 or 5 days, and he has it down packed. Only that one move though. And I shouldn't say down packed as much as he can do it consistently, but it's just not as powerful as Morigen's. And Morigen is really liking this. He gives Goku more and more inspiration until eventually, around the time Gohan is born, Goku actually completely completed the martial arts of Morigen. He doesn't know about Morigen. He just thinks he's created it. And Morigen gives him the name for it because Goku is trying to figure out what to call the martial art. He doesn't want to come with the Kami style, Goku style, like Kami Goku style. So he's like, I don't know what to name it. And suddenly inspiration hits, which of course is Taekwondo, which if you don't know, that's the actual name of it inside the series. And Morgan gives it to him. Goku says, I'm going to name this art Taekwondo. He did notice the similarities to Taekwondo in general. So he's like, that seems pretty fitting. And Goku actually gets to use it inside of his battle against pretty much Raditz. It doesn't, like, I thought I should mention the Taekwondo literally doesn't affect nothing besides you could think about the King Piccolo where he uses Hochioke, or however you pronounce it. Please tell me in the comments how you pronounce that for real. But the Hochioke, which is the three-way kick, and he does use it against Piccolo, but Piccolo he realized what it is and just steps forward. And so he basically doesn't get to use the Taekwondo Hochioke. And so literally nothing changes. Goku's not like intimidating enough to actually use Taekwondo, and he's going against people that are more experienced than him too at the same time. So it's like a double whammy on why it's not working, even though Goku knows it can work. It's just he hasn't been facing the right opponents with it. But Raditz is the perfect opponent. Goku pretty much starts off with a Hochioke, and it does work on Raditz. It hits him the side of the head. It kind of wobbles around his brain kind of wobbles around his head, and he's stunned. And Goku follows that with the Morigen original. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. I don't know. It's like emoji or something like that. But the Morigen original blue dragon kick or something like that. And Goku follows up with that, and it does a pretty decent amount of damage. And basically what Goku is doing, he's pretty much, if you can imagine a fight with Ilpo Park, that's pretty much how it's going. Cause it's a really good standard, like where Goku is not nearly on the level of Raditz, like how Morigen wasn't on the level of what's this called, Ilpo Park, but the martial art is evolving with Goku to kind of perform well against Raditz. But Raditz eventually says, "Okay, those are pretty cool tricks, but I'm done. I'm done with kidding around here. I'm done playing around." And he just absolutely blitzes Goku, and he pretty much knocks him out within one go. And he takes Gohan. Everything goes the same after that. He's pretty much, even though the martial arts close the distance a lot, he's too weak. Is basically what I'm saying. He gets defeated. Everything goes the same after that. The martial art doesn't change a lot right now. Fast forward, and everything goes pretty much the same. Reviving Goku, though Goku did get stronger, and he kind of matches up his martial arts, and he was training on it. And King Kai can actually literally feel where what's it called it Morgan is around Goku, but he he doesn't want to say nothing right now. Basically, he doesn't think it's the time to tell Goku that, oh well, you pretty much have a guardian spirit around you. That's why you learned all these moves. You're not good or nothing. It's just, you have a guardian spirit with you, and he don't want to dishearten Goku like that. So he just doesn't say nothing for the time being. So basically, Goku goes down there to go fight Vegeta as per usual, and he performs well against Vegeta, even better than Canon. I'm going to actually explain the fight. He gets there and he pretty much uses I can't remember what it's called, but it's that hook attack where Morgan hooks his legs around you. I can't remember what it's called, but he uses that and he just absolutely punches he punches Nap in the face and it knocks him out pretty easily. He pretty much demolishes that pretty quickly. And Vegeta seeing it's like, oh, okay. And Morgan takes his, well, not Morgan, Goku takes his pose, which is no pose, because you really don't need one for a retry Kondo. So Vegeta's like, oh, you're not gonna take me seriously. He tries to pretty much blitz Goku. Goku uses Blue Dragon Kick, and he uses the momentum of Vegeta along with the Blue Dragon Kick to do heavy damage against Vegeta. He follows it up with I can't remember what it's called. I need to go back through all the list and remember everything with all Morgan's attack names. But he kicks it. He uses basically attack the attack that. Dang it, I cannot talk. But he uses the kick that Mori uses. I can't remember what chapter, but he uses to kick somebody up in the air, and Goku of course follows along with him. And then he uses the hook kick to slam Vegeta down on his head, scrambling his brain. And now, of course, it's not purely just God of High School with Dragon Ball characters in there. So Goku personally used to use Kamehameha, and tries to heavily injure Vegeta. And at this point, Vegeta has been outpowered. He's already, in a few moves, he's kind of been outperformed already. Vegeta's already extremely hurt because of the fact that he immediately got kicked with a Blue Dragon kick straight to the head with his own momentum, rattling his brain, and then gets kicked up in the air, slammed down his head, again rattling his brain. And that's what Goku is kind of known for in this timeline. He's known for rattling people's brains so quick so he can get the advantage over them. He continues does this. He uses Hanchio, rattles Vegeta's brain, and then does a key attack right on Vegeta's chest to push him away. And then since Morgan, by the way, Dewey Han also exists in this universe, and yes, he got killed, of course, but Morgan knows his moves. So it's called. So Goku knows a little bit of Dewey moves, such as when Vegeta tries to attack. When Vegeta tries to attack Goku, he uses the fist of the black turtle, and it demolishes. Once again, it demolishes him. So pretty much, even though Goku is technically weaker in this timeline, he doesn't have to use the Kaioken like the King Kai thought he would. He instead just uses a bunch of martial arts to pretty much overwhelm Vegeta, and he continues to attack Vegeta. Every time Vegeta rushes, Goku uses either the fist of a black turtle, the kick of the Phoenix, even the kick of the Blue Dragon, and kick of the Blue Dragon double time too. But basically, Vegeta is getting overpowered because of the fact that Goku knows Mori Gen's techniques, and I won't say it's better, but at the same time I will say Mori Gen techniques is most definitely better than the Kame style in the actual Dragon Ball universe. So, and he's mixing in the Kame style with the Kamehameha and just regular basic key attacks. So Goku at this point hasn't been touched at all. Vegeta hasn't gotten one hit off, and Vegeta's bloody. He's a bloody mess, and he says, okay, it's time to end this. He throws up an artificial moon, and then he transforms into Osaru. And that's why I'll be leaving it off for right now. And I know if you look through my account, you probably think this series is not going to continue. But if you want this series to continue within the next video, all you have to do is hit the like goal of 3, because I'm so much at nothing. But for this video to be the very next video on my channel, part 2 to this, just hit 3 likes. That's it. That's literally it. So if you enjoyed this, please again, can't talk. Please share it to your friends, family, people you really don't know, but you know will like my type of content. Anybody, for real. There's Instagram group chats, Snapchat group chats, actual messages group chats, people you think will enjoy my content in general. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, but it is Rising Random logging off as always. Rising Random logging off as always. Peace.